Hi friends! Today in math we're going to talk about shapes. Our new unit that we started yesterday is all about shapes. So today our learning target is going to be I can describe and sort shapes. I have a feeling many of you are going to be very good at this. Let's look at the shapes I have on my whiteboard. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes, and each shape is separated by a line. Under these shapes, we're going to describe them. We're going to write some words that describe the shape. So let's look at the first one. Who knows what this shape is? What do we call this shape? You tell me. That's right. This is a circle. So I'm going to write that right under the picture. I'm going to write circle. Now let's describe the circle. Uh-oh. Does a circle have any sides? Are there any straight lines as a part of a circle? What do you think? You're right. A circle has 0 sides. So let's write that. Zero sides. Now let's think. Does a circle have any corners? Are there any points on a circle where 2 lines meet each other? Look at the circle. Are there any corners? No. A circle has 0 corners. So let's write that too. 0 corners. Let's look at the circle one more time before we go to our next shape. Do you think a circle is a shape with a curve or without a curve? A curve is when we see a part that is rounded. Curves are round. So is a circle rounded? Yes. So if a circle is rounded, is a circle with a curve or without a curve? That's right. A circle is a shape with a curve. So I'm going to write with a curve. Thanks. There we go. Let's look at circle again. A circle has 0 sides, it has 0 corners, and it is a shape with a curve. Let's look at the next shape here. What do we call that shape? What's the name of that shape? That's right, it's a triangle. So I'm going to write triangle here. Triangle. Let's look at the triangle. How many sides does the triangle have? Well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3. A side is a straight line. So how many straight lines are used to make up the triangle? 1, 2, 3. So let's write that a triangle has 3 sides. How many corners does a triangle have? Corner is where 2 sides meet each other. This is a corner right here. This is a corner right here. And this is a corner right here, where 2 sides meet each other. So how many corners does a triangle have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. A triangle has 3 corners. Let's think about this. Is a triangle a shape with a curve or without a curve? Now remember, a curve means that it is rounded. Does a triangle have any rounded parts? Look at it. Does a triangle have any rounded parts? No. all of the sides are straight. So a triangle is a shape without a curve. Let's write that. Without a curve. Without a curve. Friends, I think I'm going to change my board a little bit so that you can see the shapes bigger. So we already did circle and we already did triangle. Let's look at this next shape here. Okay. Susie's going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Let's look at this shape. What do we call this shape? What is this shape's name? Tell me. It's right, it's a square. Let me write that here. Square. Now let's describe our square. How many sides does the square have? Remember, a side is a straight line. Let's see the sides on the square. Here is one side right here, one. Here's another side down here, two. Here's a third side right here, and here's a fourth side on top. How many sides does the square have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. Let's continue to describe the square. How many corners does the square have? Remember that I said a corner is where two sides meet. Here is a corner. There is a corner. That's another one. And there's one more corner. How many corners does the square have? 1, 2, 3, 4. The square has 4 corners. 4 corners. Now let's think. Is a square a shape with a curve or without a curve? I'll remind you again. A curve means there is a round part. Does a square have any round parts? No, it does not. So a square is a shape without a curve. Let's write that. Without a curve. Get all our facts about a square. You ready to go to the next shape? Okay, let's go. Let's look at our next shape here. Who knows the name of this shape? Tell me, what's the name of this shape? That's right, it's a rectangle. Let's write that. Rectangle. Let's first describe the rectangle by saying how many sides it has. Remember, a side is a straight line. Let's see how many sides there are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. How many sides does a rectangle have? A rectangle has 4 sides. How many corners does the rectangle have? You tell me. How many corners? That's right. A rectangle has 4 corners. Let's circle them. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rectangle has 4 corners. And before we move on to our next shape, I want you to think about, is a rectangle a shape with a curve or without a curve? Tell me. Is a rectangle a shape with a curve or without a curve? That's right. A rectangle is a shape without a curve. A rectangle is a shape without a curve because it has no round parts. Let's look at our last shape before we move on to our sorting game. Does anybody know what this shape is called? You do? Tell me, what's the name of this shape? You're right. This is a hexagon. To begin describing our hexagon, you tell me how many sides it has. Go ahead, count the sides. How many sides does this hexagon have? You're right, 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A hexagon has 6 sides. How many corners does the hexagon have? Go ahead, count the corners. Count them now. How many corners did you count? You're right. A hexagon has 6 corners. Let's circle them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 corners. Now, before we move on to our game, I have one more question about our friend the hexagon. Is the hexagon a shape with a curve or without a curve? You tell me right now. Remember, think. Does it have any round parts? You're right. The hexagon is a shape without a curve because all of its sides are straight. So let's say without a curve. Okay, how about all our ways we can describe a hexagon? All right, friends, I think we're ready to play a quick shape sort. You ready? All right, let me get my board ready. Okay, let's look at our board. On this side, you're going to tell me what shapes are shapes with a curve. And on this side, you're going to tell me what shapes are shapes without a curve. Okay, let me cap my marker so it doesn't dry out. Okay, let's look at this first shape here. Try and hold it so you can see better. Let's look at this first shape here. What is this shape? What is it? It's a triangle, right? 3 sides, 3 corners. Should I put this on the side with a curve or on the side without a curve? Tell me right now, which side should I put it on? That's right, it goes on the side without a curve because there are no round parts. So let me stick that right on there. Thanks for helping me with that, friends. Right there, without a curve. All right, let's look at this one now. What shape is this? What shape is this? A circle. Should we put this on the side with a curve or on the side without a curve? What do you think? With a curve or without a curve? Tell me. Tell me so I could put it on. Yes, you're right. With a curve. It is with the curve because a circle has all rounded parts. All right. Let's get that right on there so we can move along to our next one. All right. Triangle without a curve, circle with a curve. Let's look at our next shape. Now this is kind of a funny shape. It doesn't really have a name. Kind of reminds me of a Pac-Man shape from the video game. But look at it closely. This one's a little tricky. Are we going to put this shape on the sides with a curve or without a curve? Take a look again. Does it have any round parts? Does this shape have any round parts? Yes, you're right, it does. This part here is round. So if it has any round parts, we have to put it on the side with a curve. That was a tricky one. Thank you for helping me figure it out. Couldn't have done it without you. All right. So right here, I'm going to put it with a curve. Let's look at our last shape before we come to the end of the video. What shape is this? What shape is this? Yeah, it's a rectangle. You're right. Are we going to put on the side with a curve? Or are we going to put on the side without a curve? What do you think? Does it have any round sides? Any round parts? No, it doesn't. So we have to put on the side that says without a curve. So let me get myself ready here. Let's look at our chart and make sure and check our work. Here we wanted to sort shapes with a curve and shapes without a curve. On this side with a curve, all of our shapes have rounded parts. That tells us they are shapes with a curve. On this side, all of our shapes have straight lines. That tells us they are shapes without a curve. Thank you for all your hard work today, friends. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.